Hi, everybody. This is SAAD. I wanted to spend a few minutes today talking about whether it is a good idea for our giant social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, to be in the business of protecting us peasants from harmful ideas, fake news, misinformation, and many of these, by the way, should be in quotes. Uh, well, of course, as you might imagine, I think it's a terrible idea. Let me now, I'm contextualizing this in light of the recent removal of a YouTube clip by two physicians in California who were arguing that the measures that have been taken to fight against the spread of COVID have been too extreme and that we need to ease things up. Now, I didn't watch the clip, but from what I read of it, they also espouse some apparently conspiratorial ideas. YouTube took it down, I think, but whereas Facebook didn't. And in YouTube's case, it's because, well, they are physicians, therefore they come with some, an aura of expertise, and they shouldn't be spreading misinformation. They shouldn't go against the accepted dogma, and therefore we're taking down their clip. I can't stress how dangerous and problematic this is. Now, again, sometimes people misuse the slippery slope argument, but this is a perfect occasion to use it. Let me draw some analogies. I'm an evolutionary behavioral scientist. I use evolutionary biology and evolutionary psychology to study all sorts of human behaviors, in particular consumer behavior. As you might imagine, there's a very, very long list of social scientists or lay people who despise evolution in general and evolutionary psychology in particular. And they couldn't be more wrong about their positions, yet they're allowed to exist. Imagine if I were to say, I hold the truth because there is no alternative to the position that the human mind has evolved via the same evolutionary processes that have created all other living organisms. And if you, quote, are against evolutionary biology, you literally are an enemy of reason. But I try to defeat your ideas by hopefully convincing you, either through the autocorrective process of science or through the public arena of the battle of ideas, that my position is veridical, whereas yours is not. I don't propose that we remove all the flat earthers of the human mind, all those who don't believe that biology is relevant in understanding human behavior, from the arena of public discourse. Now, it's almost impossible to think someone being more wrong about a position, and yet there are full disciplines in universities that are dedicated to rejecting biology and evolutionary theory and understanding human behavior. Yet we allow them to exist because we defeat them through the process of debate, of science, of reason, of logic. Let's take another example, one that I've used in the past. I am Jewish. There's nothing that could be more offensive than someone denying the Holocaust, denying the scale of the Holocaust, i.e. Holocaust deniers. And yet, I take this example because given that this is the most grotesque manifestation of free speech, I, as a Jewish person, believe in the right of Holocaust deniers to spew their BS. Nothing could be more grotesque. Nothing could be more incorrect and an affront to human decency. But in a free society, we make affordances for idiots, for morons, for imbeciles, for nasty people, for stupid people, right? There is no arbiter who decides what is the accepted dogma, unless you want to live in North Korea or you want to live in China. Free societies are messy in that way. So if you were a biology professor and you came into class and said, hey, I'm going to teach you, I'm a Christian evangelist and I'm going to teach you both evolution and intelligent design because they're both reasonable theories, well, there I would have a problem because in your capacity as a supposed expert in biology, you don't have the right at that point, the professional right to spew BS. Just like if you were a physician, you can't say, oh, you want to cure your diabetes? I'm going to put you under a pyramid and you're going to rub some crystals. Then the medical board would have a problem with you. But in the public arena of ideas, it is not for social media companies to curate for us peasants what is appropriate, what is correct, what is not. By the way, many times when an idea was thought to be grossly incorrect, it turns out to be exactly correct, and the person who espoused it wins a Nobel Prize or becomes a very famous scientist to be revered for the rest of human history. That person was at one point a pariah, a heretic, a moron, an imbecile. And then it turns out that he or she was proven to be correct, to hold the vertical position. So the idea that, of course, we should take down the account of someone like Candace Owens. I just saw on my Twitter feed that her account was suspended because she was saying some apparently incorrect things about COVID. And that is a noble position to take from Twitter because they are protecting us from this misinformation, is a terrible idea. We let people spew all sorts of nonsense, and then through the messy process of science and argumentation and logic and reason, hopefully through an evolutionary epistemological process, the good ideas win and the bad ones lose. So if you are one of the people who believes that those social media companies should be in the business of curating what is correct information or misinformation, I would urge you to take a broader view of the issue because you are in the wrong. And despite that you're in the wrong, I would certainly never espouse that your account be closed because you're an imbecile. Take care, everybody. Cheers.